nothing left to lose now. Everything to prove now. Long as I'm alive, I'ma fight back. My fire never cools down. I'm about to catch fire. Yeah, I'm about to catch fire. Get ready for the new me. Get ready for the new me. Try to hold me down and I go high. Try to put me out and I go wild. I'm a fighter, a survivor. Stand back when I catch fire.
Welcome to the Corona Post Show here at the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco Do Brasil. Another big day of competition. I'm Kaipo Guerrero. This is my good friend Michel Salazar. And Mitch, it's a great day of competition, but some big surprises today.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the one that really stands out the most is the loss of Molly Picklum. She had an excellent score, and unfortunately still ended up losing with a priority interference Kaipo. She was number 2 in the rankings. She's gonna have to wait until Haleiwa to see if she qualifies for the 2023 CT.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get back to that and a lot more big moments. We saw some new names, some rising stars, and another day here at Itauna where, you know, the surf showed up, the conditions are improving, and we're marching our way through the draw. We got all the way through men's round of 96, and we got 10 heats into the women's opening round, the women's round of 64. Ending the day, I want to say an omerito gozaimasu, a congratulations to Amuro Suzuki. She took a hit win. She's going to be into the round of 32, and she is with Bruno. Bruno, take it away.
Thanks, Kaipo. I'm here with the Olympian surfer Amuro Suzuki. We were talking about each hit she advances is a step into destiny. Am I right, Amuro?
Yes, I wanna hope keep going, and I just wanna do my surfing. Yeah.
And how was to manage those situations with a lot of current, a lot of water moving?
I was just to try to catch a lot of waves, and then yeah. Also, there are super strong current, but I try hard. Yeah.
You are using your normal board or a step up?
This is 5.7, and this is little bit step up. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, congratulations, huh? Good luck in the rest of the event. Back to you guys. Good post show. See you soon.
Thank you, Bruno. Congratulations, Amuro. And we saw some of the women from Japan perform today. Shino Matsuda was another one that comes to mind that put in some great surfing out here.
Yeah, and also the surfer in blue, Nonaka, who had a great wave. And I think there's a couple of surfers out there from Japan that I potentially want to see on the championship tour. I think Shina Matsuda has everything it takes. I think the experience that Amuro Suzuki presents, though, Kaipo is probably the best out of those three that we mentioned, though. And Minami, even though she's a great surfer, I think every now and then she lacks consistency of those bigger results out here at the challenger level.
Yeah, well, consistency, importance in everything that's happening. One thing that was a surprise to us, you talked about at the beginning of the show, Molly Picklum coming in here at number 2 on the Challenger Series rankings. There's a 3-surfer heat out there, and an unfortunate circumstance for Molly Picklum in that heat. Let's take a look at what went down in heat number 8 of the round of 64 with Molly Picklum, Pickles, top seed here at the Corona Saquarema Pro. She was against 2 French surfers in the way of Tessa Thyssen and Pauline Ado. Mitchell.
Yeah, and she was still in the heat up until the last second, Kaipo, because both Tessa here and Pauline, despite them having excellent scores in terms of their heat totals, Molly Picklum had an 8 on just one wave.
Well, let's look at that. That was the big moment that we just saw. Molly Picklum getting that priority interference. Then she fought back viciously with this, the highest single wave score for the women today, an 8-point ride for Molly Picklum to crawl back. Now remember, that priority interference leaves Molly Picklum with just 1 wave in her scoreline, and she was in the lead after that 8, but then Paulina Doe fought back, did what she needed to do to eclipse that 8-point single wave total in 2 waves.
Yeah, and it was a valiant effort by both Tessa and Pauline to do that. But, you know, I think that Molly just kind of maybe thought that she had priority in that moment and didn't let go of that wave when it seemed like the other person had higher priority. But in those kind of cases, we talked about Eagle earlier, Kaipo, just let those waves go by. There's more out there, especially when it's just a 3-person heat, too.
It surprised Molly, because on the replay, we got Pauline surfing right now. On the replay, Molly looked towards the beach as soon as Tessa dropped in with her. Something didn't calculate in her head, and she realized when she looked to the judges' tower, saw the priority squares, that she had made a huge mistake. And so now she's going to leave it all up to Holly Eva. We'll take a look at the numbers from that heat. It was a 3-surfer heat, and unfortunately, we have Molly Picklum out of the competition. Paulina Do and Tessa Thyssen advanced on into the round of 32.
And, I mean, they barely squeaked by, too, just considering the 8-point ride that Molly had. If anything, you know, she needed only just a 3 based on two-wave heat total in order to make it through, Kaipo.
Pickles would have had north of a 13.2 wave total if she had not gotten the interference.
Yep.
Molly Picklum would have easily got through that heat. But now, let's fast forward. Round of 32, Heat 3, Tessa Thyssen, Vahine Fierro, Annie, and Dos Santos, and Rachel Presti. That is a stacked heat and a big opportunity for the Tahitian.
Well, for the Tahitian and also for Rachel Presti, who's number 19 in the rankings right now, the lone German in the draw besides Camila Kemp. So huge chance for Ray to move up in the rankings and potentially bring that even closer to qualification heading into Haleiwa too, Kaipo.
Yeah, it's going to come down to Haleiwa. Speaking of Haleiwa, we had a heat with the Queen of Haleiwa out here at Itauna, but the Queen of Haleiwa, who would have been the favorite in that heat, advanced through, okay, but it was a brilliant moment for Sophia Medina, who came through that heat with a win, you know, showing some signs of a future great and a big, big movement for Brazilian women surfing in the way of Sophia Medina. Let's take a look at it.
And I was able to call this heat with Maida, and just another 3-person heat, Kaipo, as we were saying. The same thing with Molly Picklum. And from the get-go, she just looked like the person that was in control of the heat. I love that combination right there with just the 2 turns, a couple of claims for Sofia. But, you know, I think the amount of pressure that she had moving into this event, or going into this event, excuse me, was uncharacteristic and unheard of, really. But this claim right here really did come from the heart, and it's surprising to me that this is the first heat she's ever made at the Challenger Series level, too. But, you know, the Queen Haleiwa, she knows how to compete. She knew that she just needed to make it through, and ended up getting a decent scores in order to make it through to the round of 32, Kaipo.
Yeah, I mean, reliable is Betty Lou Sakura Johnson, and did the work that she needed to do, but the confidence that this is going to give the young Sophia Medina is unmatched. She gets congratulations from Dad on the beach, and rightfully so, because I think that confidence is going to pour over into the next round and the future rounds here at the Corona Saquarema Pro for Medina.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and especially when it comes to consistency of good waves out there too. You were in sync in the first heat that you served, in contact and in rhythm with the ocean. Nothing better than getting a heat win, especially when you had one of the best surfers in the world up against you as well, Kaipo.
Yeah, that was impressive. I like learning new names, right? And I like seeing, not that Medina's a new name, that's an established name, but seeing new performances, new surfers come up.
Yeah, me too. And I think it's good for the sport as well.
You know what? I learned a new name today, and I was impressed by the surfing of a young Brazilian. His name was Ryan Kainalo.
Yeah, this kid's gnarly. I mean, he definitely has everything it takes to qualify for the championship tour. Only 15 years of age, too. And the patience that he showed in that heat, Kaipo, very, very impressive for not only his age group, but also here at the Challenger Series level, competing for the first time.
Yeah, Ryan coming off a great result at the QS right here at Itauna, and he's continued that energy and that performance into his challenge. And who did he have a challenge against? A high seed coming into this event, Jacob Wilcox. Let's take a look at that heat with Ryan Kainalo, Jacob Wilcox, and Brody Sale. It was an exciting heat along with Thiago Camarão. Here's the young Ryan Kainalo. Thiago Camarão was in the heat. Brody Sale looked composed.
Well, and he got the heat win too, Kaipo, and coming from Kailua Kona on the Big Island of Hawaii, huge win for this kid. when I think Hawaii, besides a couple of key surfers like Ian Gentile and Imai Kalani DeVault, has been quite underrepresented on the Challenger Series this year with big results. And Brody was able to just shut me up with this kind of performance right here. But how about the loss of Jacob Wilcox to Ryan Kainalo? That was a top seed going down.
Yeah, that was a big moment because of this 15-year-old here. The pace, the commitment, recognizing sections right off the back. Ryan Kainalo, with a lot of momentum and a crowd behind him here at Itauna, did the job. And it was a painful loss for Jacob Wilcox, who came, here's all the numbers. Jacob Wilcox eliminated from competition along with Thiago Camarao. Jacob Wilcox coming here, number 11, right below that qualification line on the Challenger Series. And that is an unfortunate happening for the surfer from Western Australia.
Yeah, he's got to go into Haleiwa thinking that he's going to need at least a 4th place finish over there in that final at the House of the Eva board. And you know, you're talking about one of the best surfers to come out of Australia in recent years too. He's still got a lot of development to go to, 25 years of age. But this was really a missed opportunity, and it goes to show you cannot underestimate any surfer despite them being a wild card at this kind of level, Kaipo.
No, you can't. And that starts in the round of 96 here.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what makes this series so exciting, because you have just a big cast of characters in all the surfers, and every single heat's been competitive.
Yeah, and everybody has to start from the same round, too. It's so much more different than it was a couple of years ago when we actually had the Prime Series and people were seeded into the round of 64. Now it's clean slate. Everybody has to either start from the round of 64 on the women's side or the round of 96 on the men's side. It makes things a lot more different.
Yeah, it sure does. And, well, that's some of the highlighted heats for today. Now, Mitch, my favorite part. What is that?
The countdown?
Time for the top 5. Let's get to the top 5 today on the Corona Post Show. And we're going to start the top 5 with a shocking moment. Not a shocking moment, an inspirational moment. I'm sorry. With the Panda.
Still looking to get one of these shirts, Kaipo. And the teamwork really did pay off for Willian Cardoso. As I told you before, look at those things. They're awesome. They're going to be valuable in the next few years, but had a couple of great waves in this heat, a 6 and a 5 in a scoreline.
Yeah, the story behind this number 5 moment is that Willian Cardoso, the Panda, if he was to lose in the Challenger Series, he's been noted that that is going to be the end of his professional career. He's going into retirement, but we're not ready to say goodbye to the Panda yet, because he made it through his heat today at Itauna with some powerful surfing on the lefts.
It made it much more impressive that both of his waves were really just the one turn on the outside too. Was able to get a heat win that way, and very effective in the amount of waves that he caught too, Kaipo.
You gotta be happy for the Panda. The big guy is gonna be in the next round, the round of 48, when we return to competition. This is the shocking moment. Number 4. Molly Picklum gets eliminated, and here's the moment. Picklum thinks she has priority. She takes off. Tessa Thyssen drops in knowing that she has priority. Picklum looks to the beach. Uh-oh, I just got an interference.
Yeah, and to be honest, this could have happened to anybody. Ends up getting an 8-point ride after the interference, though. She was close to making it, though, Kaipo. But at the end was needing something in the 9-point rides, and still gets the highest score on one single wave out of the women's competition on day number 2. Unfortunately for Molly, she won't qualify here, but she can still do it at Haleiwa, though.
Number 3, Vahine Fierro put on a show on the backhand.
Yeah, really impressive performance. Good heat total, 12.17. And you can see there, the conditions a lot more challenging than how they were this afternoon. A lot glassier this afternoon, Kaipo. And Vahine was able to select both the right and the left that catapulted her up into first place in this heat.
Yeah, Vahine on a hunt right now. This is a big event for her if she's looking towards qualification for the championship tour. And she's right in the conversation. She's below the cut line, but if she keeps on advancing out of heats, she's going to have a good chance at Haleiwa. Number 2, Bronte McCauley with brilliant surfing, connectivity, and power.
Yeah, well, same thing as Vahine. Vahine was number 9 in the rankings. Bronte coming into this event number 8. Opened up with a 7.83 in that heat immediately. And then Sarah Wakita with a good answer back. I believe the score came in as a 6.33, Kaipo. And it was a good heat, a nice little battle between both of them. But it was Bronte that was able to get 13 points in the heat win eventually.
Yeah, Macaulay backing it up. And again, the stalled out bottom turn, the top turns, hooking Bronte Macaulay looking money, and she is on to the next round. Really important for her in her journey to requalification. Number 1, Sammy Pupo. He had success here in the CT, and he came out throwing an 8.5 high wave total for Sammy Pupo.
Yeah, the highest of the event and the highest single wave score out of the event too, the 8.5. And this was a comeback win too. I don't know if you remember, Kaipo, he was in 4th place for most of the heat as well and got both of these waves back to back in around 6 minutes.
That's right.
So a huge victory and a come from behind win for this guy and a massive finish right there. Finalist during the Oi Rio Puro, the CT. He's looking for another victory here on the CS in Saquarema.
Yeah, and he's, I have a feeling he's just going to be gobbling up Challenger Series points as a CTer already, but he's going to be marching through rounds with surfing like that.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun event moving forward the next few days. Obviously, I think he established himself as the favorite right there. But remember, you have a couple of other big dogs in the competition. His brother, Miggy, Gabriel Medina, and a couple of people that are really needing a victory here in order to qualify, such as Ian Gentile and the guy that I want to see back on tour, Liam O'Brien.
Yeah, we'll see if Lob's able to make it. He's right there. He needs to make a few more heats over here. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Mitch, you want to do this again tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Do it.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for watching the Corona post show. I hope you enjoyed it. We are going to leave you with the day highlights. Likely, we're going to get started again tomorrow here in Itauna for the Corona Saquarema Pro presented by Banco Do Brasil. With that, I just want to say aloha, everyone. Check in worldsurfleague.com. We're likely to go tomorrow again.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.